Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive into Ruby variables, types and scope. This is a fundamental concept in Ruby, and programming in general, so understanding it well is crucial. Ruby variables, types and scope. In Ruby, variables are containers that hold data. Unlike some languages, Ruby is dynamically typed. This means you don't have to explicitly declare the data type of a variable when you create it. Ruby infers the type based on the value assigned to the variable. 1. Variable types, loosely speaking. While Ruby doesn't require explicit type declarations, understanding the different types of data you can store is essential. Here are some common and important Ruby data types. Asterisk numbers, asterisk integer, whole numbers, example 10, 5, 0. There are two main integer types, fixnum, for smaller integers, and bignum, for larger integers that exceed the fixnum range. Ruby automatically handles the transition between them. Asterisk float, floating point numbers, numbers with decimal points, example 3.14, 2.5. Asterisk rational, represents rational numbers exactly, example rational, 1, 2, for 1/2. Useful for avoiding floating point precision issues. Asterisk complex, represents complex numbers, example complex, 1, 2, for 1 plus 2i. Asterisk strings, asterisk sequences of characters. Strings are enclosed in single quotes, or double quotes. Double quotes allow for string interpolation, embedding variables within the string. Asterisk booleans, asterisk represent truth values, true or false. Ruby also considers nil to be falsy in Boolean contexts. Asterisk symbols, asterisk lightweight, immutable strings. They are often used as keys in hashes because they are more efficient than strings for comparison. Symbols start with a colon. Asterisk arrays, asterisk ordered collections of objects. Arrays can contain elements of different types. Asterisk hashes, asterisk key value pairs. Hashes are similar to dictionaries or maps in other languages. Asterisk nil, asterisk represents the absence of a value. Nil is an object of the nil class. Asterisk ranges, asterisk represents a sequence of values. Ranges are defined using inclusive or exclusive. Asterisk procs and lambdas, asterisk these are blocks of code that can be treated as objects. They are similar to functions, but can be passed around as variables. 2. Variable scope. Variable scope determines where in your program a variable can be accessed. Understanding scope is crucial for avoiding naming conflicts and ensuring your code behaves as expected. Ruby has four main types of variable scope. Asterisk local variables, asterisk. Asterisk start with a lowercase letter or an underscore. Asterisk scope is limited to the block of code where they are defined, example within a method, loop, or if statement. Asterisk local variables are the most common type of variable. Asterisk instance variables, asterisk. Asterisk start with an @ symbol. Asterisk belong to a specific object, instance of a class. Asterisk accessible from any instance method within the class. Asterisk class variables, asterisk. Asterisk start with @ symbol. Asterisk shared by all instances of a class. Asterisk modifying a class variable affects all instances of the class. Asterisk defined within the class, but outside of any instance methods. Asterisk global variables, asterisk. Asterisk start with a $ symbol. Asterisk accessible from anywhere in your program. Asterisk generally discouraged because they can make code harder to understand and debug due to potential naming conflicts and unexpected side effects. Use with caution. 3. Constants. Although not strictly variables, constants are also important to mention. Asterisk constants begin with an uppercase letter. By convention, they are usually written in all uppercase. Asterisk constants should be assigned only once. While Ruby allows you to reassign constants, it will issue a warning. Asterisk constants are accessible within the class or module where they are defined and can be accessed from outside using the scope resolution operator : Important notes and best practices asterisk. Asterisk naming conventions asterisk follow Ruby's naming conventions for readability. Use descriptive names that clearly indicate the purpose of the variable. Snake case, my_variable, is the standard for local variables and method names. Asterisk avoid global variables asterisk as mentioned, minimize the use of global variables. They can lead to hard-to-track bugs and make your code less maintainable. Prefer passing data as arguments to methods or using instance variables within a class. Asterisk scope awareness asterisk always be mindful of the scope of your variables. Make sure you're accessing variables from the intended context. Asterisk variable initialization asterisk it's good practice to initialize variables before using them, even if you assign a default value like nil. This can help prevent unexpected errors. Asterisk mutability asterisk understand that some Ruby objects are mutable, can be changed after creation, like arrays and hashes, while others are immutable, cannot be changed, like numbers and symbols. This affects how changes to variables are reflected elsewhere in your code. For example, to avoid modifying the original array, you can create a copy. Asterisk blocks and scope asterisk be aware that blocks, example code within do, and or, can introduce new local scopes. Variables defined outside the block are accessible within the block, but variables defined inside the block are typically not accessible outside the block, unless explicitly made available. By understanding these variable types and scope rules, you'll be well equipped to write cleaner, more maintainable, and less buggy Ruby code. Practice with these examples, and experiment with different scenarios to solidify your understanding. Remember to always prioritize code clarity and avoid global variables unless absolutely necessary. Good luck.